right off the bat like the Rona. Oh, you black men have anger issues. I'm gonna just keep it real. Here go the issue right here. The fact that you have to ask the question tells me that you my prime candidate. It ain't about black men. The fact of the matter is there's a lot of issues that a lot of us face that we are oblivious to because it's been so normalized throughout our lives that we don't realize it's f***ed up. You heard me? Mm-hmm. Let's say when you was 6 years old, your daddy did your mama wrong. But then the nigga turned around and did you wrong. But then she took away with you because you look like him.
Yeah, she said that shit.
It's understood. If you a kid and you go through all that, how are you processing all of these nuances? Now you older now, you are older nigga now, nuts swinging in the locker room. But when you were 6, how did you process that? When do you think the neuron synapses, meaning all the pathways in your brain that have been carved from all the new experiences that occur as a child, when do you think they were developed? If you are in a scenario like you are in as a kid, those pathways are being carved then. So guess what? You can now be 35, 40, 50 years old, still thinking with using the same tunnels and pathways that were carved when you were 6 years old. Here's the crazy shit. You have the ability to, but you do not necessarily process as the 35-year-old. You still process as the 60-year-old. Feel me?
So you're stuck in that trauma is what you're saying.
It's not that you're stuck in the trauma. It's that when you experience early childhood adversity to survive because of your inability to process and think abstractly, you develop a certain type of way, a certain type of mind, a certain form of thinking for survival mode as that
security.
child.
Yeah, security mode.
Exactly. Now, the problem with it is that we stay in survival mode for the rest of our lives.
I had an incident today. I had to check this motherfucker just the way you talking to me. This is like, between 8 and 5, I'm a certain way, but after 5 o'clock, keep that same energy. But I don't want to put that out there because I'm 6'8", 400 pounds, so automatically you a big, scary dude. And plus you black. So it's like, all that is just miss me with that shit because you came with that hot energy. So why don't you keep that same energy,
Here go the problem. You got a crutch on top of that. So, prime example. And let me tell you what the crutch is. Because of your size and your intimidating stature, you can always lean on the 6-year-old mentality. You can always lean on the back up off me. You can always lean on anger. You can always lean on intimidation. The problem with that now is feeding into the survival mode. Heard me? Now you saying you don't, but you do. You don't want to accept it.
You don't know it, yeah.
You don't know it. You do. It's a crutch. So now it's making it even harder to get out of survival mode.
You see how real I'm keeping it with him, huh? This is called male accountability. Will somebody please explain to me why I'm shadow banned on every major social media platform? I ain't asking you to buy nothing, but I appreciate it if you hit that YouTube subscribe button, you heard me?
Now, it's your turn. You said your mama did what?
No, it's just, there was a lot of toxicity back in the day. It's not really anything that I don't think I can deal with, but it was just those little idioms okay, like you said, okay, I left your dad, but you look like that. So, you gonna get these hands just because she didn't put her hands on me, but it was just the talking to and the belittlement, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So now dealing with my old lady, it's I don't know if you were catered to or this and that, but you're just angry. I was like, nah, I just don't play those games. If you're real, I'm real. Miss me with the hypotheticals or the imagination stuff. No, let's talk about facts. If it ain't about facts, just miss me with that. Oh, you don't care. You don't understand. It's like that. I don't understand. Who has time for that? It's I don't have time for those games. If you want to talk about being serious, you want to talk about getting married and stuff like that, let's go down the path correctly.
I need you to define correctly while I go plug up my computer. I'm listening. Go ahead.
What's come correct is just, say what you mean what you say. There's no hypothetical scenarios or, you can't make me pay for the past or nothing like that because I'm not making you pay for the past. That's how I feel about it. It's say what you mean what you say. I'm a suburb baby, I'm a college graduate. So it's this character comes out where it's just look, don't put me in a corner. I'm a bear. Don't put me in a corner. And I think people take that size or that stature for weakness because I don't automatically just thump you on top of the head. I kind of give you a little space. I let you explain yourself, blah, blah, blah.
Now, let me explain something to you. You can't hear you. I can hear you. Number one, you are making her pay for the past. When you are in survival mode, it's like being in prison. You can't access your full range of consciousness. And the reason you can't access your full range of consciousness is you won't survive. So it's clear that your mom had some real pent up anger behind her. went down in her life. Your mom sounds as though she may have been raised by some emotionally immature parents, and the relationship that she had with her parents sounds extremely unresolved. As the result of that, she attracted a nigga like your dad because guess what? That's what she used to. Now, here go what's even crazier than that. She was incapable of mustering the tools to resolve that trauma because she never even addressed the trauma that started throughout her own childhood. So she just repeated the cycle. And she's now passed that on to you. I'm listening to your dialogue, and I can tell you what I know off your dialogue. It's obvious to me that you are a control freak.
I knew you was gonna say that. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is.
Hey, hold on. I'm finna get deep like crustacean pussy. You have a major sense of inadequacy. And I'm here to help you understand something deep. That sense of inadequacy is governing your life. It's governing your communication. It's creating your glass ceiling. It's inhibiting you from actually having the ability to be with a person. What you look to do is you look to acquire people. You want to acquire a woman. You don't be with a woman. It's two different things. And this is why I listen to the Andrew Tates of the world. I listen to the Kevin Samuels of the world, not knocking the dead, you know what I'm saying? But just making the point. Here goes something that I know. Right now, if you go to TijuanaJackson.com and scroll down to the bottom of the page, it has a disclaimer. Now, let me tell you what that disclaimer is about. It is this. It's a lot of niggas out there talking about alpha males and talking about women and women and women. Let me tell you why I'll last. Why would a man need to understand women? He don't. Let me tell you why he don't need to understand women. Unless you're on a conquest, he don't need to understand women. You know he needs to understand? One man. He needs to understand one motherfucking woman. And that woman is his mama. Because if you don't understand the psychological limitations, the emotional limitations of the woman that raised you, if you don't understand those, there's no way that you can understand how that has molded your perspective of relationships, of the world, and of yourself. Now, if you don't have that, you're not a man yet. You're still a little boy. You ain't even in college. Psychologically speaking, you're a child. When I listen to these they have no disclaimer. Hold real tight. I'm going to Tijuana Jackson right now so I can read you my disclaimer, just so you get an understanding of what I'm talking about. My name is Tijuana Jackson. I'm the only licensed therapist in the USA. I was abandoned by my father as a child and emotionally abandoned by my mother. As a result, I developed abandonment issues and had a very poor self-esteem. I feared rejection, abandonment more than anything. So I either kept to myself or hung out with dependent people because subconsciously I equated dependency to loyalty. Over the last 35 years, I've done a lot of psychotherapy, meditation, journaling, reading, counseling, and reconciling to get to a place of being able to speak as freely as I do about my issues. These experiences may influence my outlook on life and love. And as a reformed, law-abiding citizen, I'm obligated to inform you that this is for entertainment purposes only. Now,
I read this shit, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I resonate with the truth behind the beginning, because even though I joke about abandonment issues, I'm like, hey, to me, the fact that you're saying it, that means that there's something actually to it. So I try to accept that, but I don't know how to get over that.
See that honesty right there? This is what any woman you with is gonna need from you. That little window that made you feel a little kind of way when you said, I just don't know how to get over that little window right there?
Yeah, that vulnerability window.
That's when they open up them extra 3-4 inches of pussy. That's right. And let you fuck them in their soul. That's when they let you fuck them in their soul. It's that window right there. But a lot of these young don't understand that yet. You need to know your disclaimer. That's the beginning of getting over it. You feel me?
To be more than piss clear, I don't mean that every single woman you deal with deserves this level of vulnerability. But if you're trying to build something real, it's this level of vulnerability that's gonna bring you and your significant other closer when y'all trying to work out your conflicts. I put that on God.
I don't want you to take your disclaimer and be like, and this is the reason I'm like I am, and y'all know you gotta deal with it. No, I want you to take your disclaimer and be like, oh shit.
Own up to it.
This is why I didn't get promoted to manager for real. Oh, that's why old girl kind of curved me. Oh, no wonder I go after these types of gals instead of these types of, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of men out there saying, oh, I'm looking for the type. Let me say something. They talk about, oh, you're gonna make an imprint on the younger gal. You think you're gonna make a bigger imprint than her molester? You think you're gonna make a bigger imprint than the daddy that whooped her mama ass and was never at home, but when he did come home, he f***ed his mama and beat her? No, he ain't making no imprint. If she with you, it's because you are reflecting something in her dysfunction, especially if she's younger, because she ain't old enough to have the revelation yet. First of all, we all got issues, so issues ain't the issue. Issues ain't it. But if you have anger management and you with a woman, there's an aspect of your dysfunction that complements her dysfunction. When I say complements, I mean enable.
I say this because there's a lot of folks out there talking about they don't want to settle. You ain't settled. You gravitated to what you are conditioned to. It's the same drama that you used to. Most of y'all think y'all looking for companions, but all you really looking for is comfort, because you find safety in what is familiar. And if you stuck around long enough, you might even figure that shit out. Hell, you might even work that shit out. But most y'all gonna just bounce around from relationship to relationship, end up with the same results, and then you want to say the modern woman is this and the modern man ain't this and all this other. Man, just shut up and subscribe to my channel.
I'll give you a prime example real quick. I'm talking to a the other day, and he's breaking down his mama to me, but then he's breaking down how, like, all through his life, he's like, I ain't never gonna marry no woman like that. Well, he's getting divorced right now for a woman that's just like his mama. I oversimplify everything because I need to understand it, and I'm gonna give it to you like this. I grew up in a household where my daddy was physically abusive. He cheated out in the open. He didn't hide it. He fucked my mama friends. So my mama decided, well, it was good for the goose, good for the gander. She started fucking his friend. And so here I am now with my 29, 30, flirting with my girlfriend friend, and she acting like she gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because she know my shit, you know. She know my shit good.
If you're trying to catch the whole healing, you want to see the whole therapy session, the video up right now on my Shadow Band YouTube channel. You can follow the link in my bio if you on IG. You can follow the link in the comments if you on Facebook. And you know what to do if you on YouTube. Just don't forget to subscribe. Bars.